Happy Sabbath day. Happy Saturday. I don't know if you guys celebrate the Sabbath or not, but um, it's just like my total do nothing day. And lucky for me, it's also the total do nothing day for XRP. It seems like XRP is actually like a crypto that recognizes the Sabbath. So after a week of craziness and a bunch of missed opportunities on my part, it looks like it's just ranging right here. And I missed all of this. I missed all of that. What is this? I missed all of that 30%. But let's take a look at the real deal. The real, like, let's look at 30% from, it's 30% from here, $3.70. That might be the next week. We go up to here. And then after that, 30% would be $5 and $5-ish. So even though it's sad and I missed out big time, yada yada yada. we're gonna learn from our mistakes. I saw let's just go to the 15. I saw a bullish divergence appear, exaggerated divergence right here. I got in. I was waiting for it to come down lower, so that's why I have this buy order here. But I got in here and I sold here, and I made like $10. I actually didn't sell there. It came down. I bought in here. It went up and it came down, and I sold like right here. So, I'm just expecting this to just range. So. But I don't want to miss any opportunities, and I'm just trying to get. I guess I'm just so like shell shocked from missing out, or then getting in too late, or getting in at the top, that then it goes down and I miss out. I get liquidated, or not liquidated, but I just can't. I can't handle it, so I get out of the trade. And lose a bunch of money, but I'm at 4,800. So, one big trade away from getting my account back to where it was after that. My strategy is going to be something like this. Let's say that we stay in this range for, let's see, here's the 14th. So we stay in this range until the 14th. And what I should be doing is accumulating at the bottoms. So that's what I'll probably try to start doing this, not financial advice. Oops. So I want to accumulate, and it's going to go parabolic again. So it'll look kind of like that. But at each one of these plateaus, I want to sell. So I want to have a pretty heavy position down here. I want to sell here and like double down. Like, what is it? Compounding? Like, I want to compound my investment, because if it's anything like this, look at how this took off. If the crypto week looks anything like this, and I don't know, let's say I don't get in at the bottom, but I get in here and I sell some here. I wait for another one. I get in a bunch more, so that puts my average really close to this. It'd be like as if I got a really good entry here, like I bought the bottom, because I'm technically going to be like bringing my average from down here and selling up here, and then I buy again on these dips. Like there's 1 test, 2 tests, 3 tests. I'll probably buy on the second test. I'll have my average will be like right here. And so, and I'll have a very large average. And then if it tests again, then that's fine. And then it goes up, and I might sell I might want to let it run for another bit or whatever, and then I sell here, and then I just when I find the bottom again, I'm just gonna buy as much as I can. It's not a good idea, y'all. This is very dangerous. um, and so I buy a bunch right here, and then I sell. And then I buy a bunch more. So my average is going from, here to like here. By the time like I keep like compounding, if I get in at the bottom, if let's say if I get in here, my average is going to be like right here. So it might still come down, down, down and actually touch my entry point after my average comes up as much as it does. But I can kind of like if I'm expecting this to just go up, and it's just going to go up no matter what, then I can let it go up for a while. Like let's say I get up to here and I sell a good chunk and I buy in again and my average is down here. Well, historically speaking, this is, a parabola. So if we can expect another parabolic movement, then I will plan on being able to like just move my entry point like up higher and higher with a much, much larger position. Let's say like I'm like, okay, so I missed out on all this stuff right here. So if I'm like in here, I took this time off anyways, but if I get in here, and then I am at 10,000. I have 48,000 XRP available to trade. I get in let's say 20,000. I get out here and I find another bottom. I get out 10,000 and I buy here, instead of 10, I buy 15. I get out here 15 and I still have that initial 10, and I get in again down here, and instead of 15 it's 20, and then I do the same thing. I get out here and then I get out 20 and I get in 30, and then I get out 30 and I get in like let's say 80. Like I'll have a lot more available at that point. So I'm just doing like 5K XRP increments, but it might be like 10K. So I get in 10, I get in 20, I get out 10. And then I get in for an additional 20, so that makes 30 in total, and I get out here. I get out 20, and then I get in 30, so now that's 40 in total. And then I can kind of do this. That would be a very bullish, very, like it takes a lot of courage to be able to do that. Or you have to be kind of a little bit on the crazy side. But I'm just testing my my trading skills a little bit, and I'm finding these divergences. And when we were in this parabola, it was all hidden divergence. All of this was hidden divergence. So whenever we start moving, I'm just going to be looking for hidden divergences, because let's look at a lower low and a higher low. Let's look at a lower low and a higher low. That's lower and lower. This is a lower low and a higher. Well, let's move further up this parabola. This is a low right here, and this is a lower low, and this is a low and a higher low. let's go to the next one. There's a low right here and another low. That's one low. That's a higher low. And I'm learning this, the 15-minute time frame on this particular parabolic movement was very, this was a good one to use. Let's look at this low, and this is a much lower low. Okay, well, hopefully you were in here, because this kind of came down to retest it, and it just took off after that. So these are hidden divergences, like out the wazoo. Here's another one lower. This wicked. That would possibly shake me out. But let's look at some lower lows. Okay, here's one low, here's another. Definitely a lower, a higher low. That's one, that's another one. And well, that didn't quite work out. That, oh, from here to here. This is after a crazy parabolic movement though, so we're kind of resetting at this point. So right now I'm looking and I see an exaggerated divergence, and that's where I got in. I see this low and a higher low, and I see price action roughly the same. So I got in here, made $10, and I've gotten my account back up to over $4,800. So I am happy about that. Not too happy that I missed out on this. The market's kind of trading sideways, but to be honest with you, I don't want to deal with the stress today. And it's the Sabbath, so you know, I'm just like play trading. It's like play trading. That's what I'm doing, is play trading. So anyways, y'all, I hope that you guys found this fun and useful, and I am thinking that we might, let's look at the weekly before we shut this down. So here we have a weekly candle that looks similar to one of these candles right here. The fact that this weekly candle is not super strong, and up here, how much time do we have? 1 day, an hour left. So we still have a day for it to come up here. And then to start the next weekly candle, you know, the bottom would be like down here-ish, around this area. But I'm thinking like it might be pretty chill, and then like crypto week happens on the 14th and all that. Like it could go parabolic during that time, or it could be just kind of like the market's still kind of cooling off a little bit after everything that happened this current week that we're in. So it could be the parabolic movement happens after crypto week, or it could. I'm just gonna have my eyes peeled, and I'm gonna look for entries, and if I miss an opportunity to get in heavy, and I'm just like, you know, still kind of head shy from losing half of my, you know, entire account in 1 week, in like 2 days actually, then I probably will do an accumulation period where I just keep buying, buy, and then once it just gets away, I can sell and then buy, and then start compounding at that point, and then, you know, look to sell along the way, and then buy, sell, and then once I'm like looking, oh, that's coming down, then I can possibly, you know, I don't know, like the idea of shorting at the top is kind of a crazy idea, but it's possible to do that. Short the top to like lock in the profits or whatever. But so yeah, if I don't go in super heavy at the start of it, then I might just go like 5,000, and just keep accumulating along the way, and then start selling and then buying, sell and buy. So that's another possibility. But I'm just gonna keep my time frames are gonna be like this 15-minute time frame looks to be a pretty solid time frame for these scalp entries, and it seems like XRP is doing really well with that. Like, it shows up on the 30-minute. The money flow is not really in the game right now. So, but look at that. Like, that's how it started, and look at how it ended. So, it could be something like that where it's technically already started, and I got out with a $10 profit, and it's going to take off from here and go super high. So I do need to kind of keep an eye on it and not let it run away from me. And a way to do that is to just look at these 15-minute time frames for some kind of divergence confirmations, so then get in there. So anyways, you guys, I hope that you guys are having a great day, and go outside, touch some grass, even though, well, technically I slept outside last night, so I didn't touch the grass, but it was still just kind of like such a full moon, even though the full moon, I was outside during the full moon, but even though the full moon was 2 nights ago, I was outside last night, and I just kind of butted 2 chairs up next to each other, and I just lied down. I do that out on the back patio, and I just slept, and it was nice. It was really nice. It was kind of cool and windy, so yeah. No mosquitoes. Mosquitoes don't like people who live off of spirulina, so look. This is what I eat. Spirulina. It's algae, and that's literally, I honestly love it. But yeah, so like there's no like sweetener or sweetness or whatever to my blood, so mosquitoes don't even recognize me as a human. But anywho, y'all, I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.